Welcome back. Still tuned into Midcap Radar. Let's get you a corporate conversation going now. BLS International Services is on our radar today. China has reopened its borders to international tourists, and a strong revival in travel demand is positive for visa processing companies like BLS International. Recently, the company also inked a contract with the Polish embassy in Manila for visa services. To take some questions on what Q1 looks like and the overall demand prospects, Shikhar Aggarwal, who is the Joint Managing Director at the company, is joining us now. Shikhar, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, before I talk to you about this agreement that you have inked with the Polish embassy, tell us how is the summer demand looking like, because this is the time people go out and travel a lot versus pre-COVID levels. What kind of volumes have you seen when it comes to visa processing, and which countries or which geographies are seeing the highest demand?
Yes. So as you know, in the third quarter, BLS International, we have done a revenue of 437 crores, which is already a jump of 92% from similar quarter last year. And we did a EBITDA at 66 crores, which was a jump of 150%, compared to similar quarter last year. All this is on the back of just 70% of the application count of 2019. So we are still at 70% of pre-COVID numbers. The reason being certain geographies like Russia and China are still semi-closed. Now, going forward, we have been given mandate to open China fully. As of now, within this week, we will be opening all our offices in different parts of China. We're expecting a very healthy summer season, not only from China, but from India, UK, different parts of the world. As you know, the slots are already pre-booked. There is a big demand. Consumers want to travel, the hotels, the airlines, everything is full. So we are definitely expecting a growth in numbers from 2019 in certain countries which are fully operational. So definitely, there's a big growth expected. Regarding the new contract with the Poland government that we recently won, we will be processing around 20,000 applications annually, opening of 2 centers in Manila and Cebu. This is our first contract with the Poland government. There are many additional new contracts with the Poland government expected within this and next year. So we're definitely qualified and will be one of the runners for those bigger contracts.
The 20,000 applications quarterly or annually? I missed that.
This is annually.
Okay. Any other deal wins that you have won in this Jan to April period?
Yes, we have also won Thailand e-visa contract, wherein we have to work with the Thailand government in 16 countries to process e-visas for all the foreigners from those 16 countries that go to Thailand. That is another big win for us, which we have won in this Jan to March quarter, and that will definitely lead to a growth in revenue and profitability of the company. In addition to the new contracts that we won last year from the Germany, Estonian, Philippine government, for which revenue has started to come in.
Okay. So when we are talking about higher demand as well, Shikhar, can you give us a sense of what has pricing been like? We've seen some fees for some of the visas, like US visa, going up. Other visas also have seen a price hike. Is that happening in your processing fee as well? What is the outlook on pricing?
Definitely, the new contracts that we have won is at higher prices. For example, the German visa contract in US, we are doing at more than 30 euros. Also, in addition to the increase in service charges, we've got an increase in pricing of value-added services. Post-COVID, the consumer demand has changed. People are opting for more kind of value-added services like mobile, biometric, and courier services. And our revenue per application has definitely gone up. That is why, in spite of being at 70% of the application volume, our revenue was almost double in the last quarter, and our EBITDA was 150% up than similar quarter last year. If you talk about the application volume, in the entire last year, we did 10 million applications, including visa, consular, and citizen services. In 9 months itself, this year, we have crossed more than 12 million. And last quarter numbers are still to come in fully. So definitely, we will have an increase in volume compared to last year.
So when you say, yes, it has come in at a higher pricing as well, in Q3 you did, it was seen in your results as well. Can you tell us on an average how much has pricing increased by?
I think on an average, our revenue per application has increased by more than 35 to 40%. That has a mix of pricing increase and also consumer demand increase. So definitely people are opting for more services. So on an average, 10 to 15% pricing has increased in value-added services, but our revenue per application has gone up by more than 40% because of also additional change in consumer demand.
Approximately, are you servicing 4 million visas every quarter? Or is the number even inching towards 5 million?
So as I've spoken, we have done 12 million applications in this 9 months. So
correct. That's a run rate of 4 million. But it's only improving, the run rate. So have we hit 5 million quarterly?
So I think the last quarter numbers, we have not declared the results, but definitely I think we will be closing this year more than the last year. And as I've said, we've already been instructed to open our offices fully in China. So definitely I think this year we expect the numbers of application to definitely grow up from our existing contracts. And if you add the new contracts that we have recently won, like Poland, Thailand, Germany, Estonia, Philippines, if you add all those numbers, definitely there will be a big jump in number of applications. On top of that, there are big contracts up for renewal, which is, upwards of more than $2.5 billion that we have been bidding for. Some of them results have come in, which we have won. And, all these contracts, when they come in, the market share, depending on the market share that we win, definitely there will be a big jump in volumes and revenue and profitability of the company.
Okay, so give us a sense of what FY24 will look like. EBITDA percentage, last known operating margins were at 15.1%. This is the highest that you've seen in couple of quarters. Quarter 2 was 15.9%. Is it the run rate that you'll maintain, or you'll be able to do better than that because now pricing is seeing an increase? You're seeing some contracts coming up for renewal as well.
See, definitely this is a run rate that we want to maintain and go upwards from there. The new contracts that we are winning in and the new countries that we are opening up, we are utilizing our existing operations and centers. That definitely leads to economies of scale. So definitely, our revenue, we expect our EBITDA margins to grow in the coming quarters and years, as we win more contracts, as we utilize same offices for more governments. So definitely, our EBITDA margins will grow more.
Shikhar, do you also cater to corporate visas? And if yes, what percentage of your visa applications would be oriented towards corporate side?
So we actually are exclusive outsourcing provider for the government. So all categories of visas, be it business visa, corporate or tourist visa, are being processed through us. We do not, we do not do any judgment on them, or neither we, earmark
visa. Fair enough.
Visa. Correct.
Fair enough. So just wanted to understand how corporate travel has picked up based on the visa applications that you are servicing. Is it back to pre-COVID level?
I think from the kind of demand that we're getting for mobile biometric services, which is mostly opted by the corporates, I can see that, pre-COVID level, we are back at pre-COVID level in terms of corporate travel. In fact, now after COVID, more and more corporates are planning to do different kinds of seminars or reward trips abroad, more kind of conferences. So I feel that corporate travel is fully back globally.
Okay, so corporate travel is back. Last question before we let you go. 500 crore rupees cash in the books. Anything that is planned, will you be growing inorganically, or will it be returned to the shareholders in some form?
See, we are doing all the steps. We just acquired a company called Zero Mass in last year, which was for 150 crores. Now, because of the profits that we generated this year, our cash is again back to the same level. So we give the highest, yearly dividend, which was recommended by the board. So we are looking at, obviously giving dividend back to the shareholders. At acquisition, there are certain interesting opportunities, both in the visa counselors and citizen service space that we are looking at. And, on the top of that, these new contracts that we are winning and bidding for, a certain amount of cash will be required for deploying these new offices across the world.
Okay, Shikhar, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for joining us and giving us details as to what's happening as far as the world of travel is concerned. BLS International, the stock has recovered a tad bit from the lows, but still lower by 1.5%. We'll do one thing, slip into a short break, and then on the other side, we'll get your special mid-cap spotlight segment. Stay tuned for that.